Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return.
I'm the big homie now. Don't forget that. I'm the big homie now. I got my spawn, Louis Vuitton, truck in the front. What are you doing? I look so good. Don't call me She wanna this and I'm Buick. I pull it up. They wanna we gon' get. What are we doing? I got a crib. They gon' get to it. I got a picture my family straight out of Clayco. Thought I was sweet, just like a Fago, but I had all on my payroll. Watch how I move, just like a rayon. 64 chain, just like a crayon. I bought a hat, one with the Aeon. Put on, told her to stay on. I had a paper tag on 3 on. I had the top drop with the free on. I told them Deuce one like Dion. I say Deuce one like Dion. I go Bruce Wayne on your peon shit. With the Falcon, true. Had more than a lineman. I should got a Heisman too. Sugar, they hiking that. Hike, shake like a Nike hat. Yo, I got the Midas pack. Told her be quiet, relax. I got my on the other line. I'm not bipolar, but borderline. I just might switch lane, drop it off, go back, get. That's all she want, hot wing. For some hot wing, for American deli, for some eye cream. She just want her 20 piece, all flats with the lemon pepper. I was the first one to put her in the fur clad. Get you together. They never flow before. Try to come through security with some tennis shoes on. Take off real big boss music. Big boss music, big boss music. That big boss music, big boss music. That big boss music, big boss music. Big boss music, big boss music.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Frazier. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Out of the gun now on third down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey. We got 3. Three down. Over!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
The give to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a first down carry by Jones. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, maybe met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sign of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game. These days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The give is to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A play fake, and it's Darnold sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Detroit! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Darnold from the gun. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big-time play there for the Texans. 48 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. What?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll drop to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now back to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Allen, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Jones. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off of play action, Darnold. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Frazier. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On first down, they run with Howard. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Let's go. What? 90. What?
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. What? 90.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Ohio. Ohio. Come on, let's go. What? 90. What?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Ohio. Ohio.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans are in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first down throw, Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now it's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's first and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Back now in Tampa. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Now they can breathe a little easier. Some room to operate. As they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
On first and 10, Darnold. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Back to throw, Darnold. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And it fights through one man. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll run it here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Hey. 4 down. Watch the twist.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at 4th down. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And he'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, How about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. They're not if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He's going to get it running right. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. 1,
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
This is Howard on second down, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. As overtime wears on, something to keep in mind, it is hot down there on the field.
And if we think it's a sauna, what are they feeling down there? And this is where both teams find out about their strength and conditioning program. All the work they put into it to get to this moment, and did the guys follow the mantra of hydrating ahead of time so they're ready to go right now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Come on, let's go! 190!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's good. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 1st and goal, Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A partner, great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Houston, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to balling, I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my pants, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money. I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now. That's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow. That's a big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money. I must get this money. I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam? Run and get you that bands. Turning that party up. Used to have a my Nautica. Know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna all of ya. Talking about he ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took 'em all you break. Yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still from the police. 24 carats on my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies.
I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
It's on earth, but it's where I be. Money over on my headstone. Here lies doing, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already there. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born. It's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdog, we live the swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling